Thank you, Sheriff. So just in closing, I wanted to share a little bit of information. The dumpsters that we were talking about, the rollout dumpsters, I'm just going to briefly mention the locations. There's going to be one on Lupine Road near 11060 Lupine Lane. There's one at Camino de los Vientos, the first left, of course, on the road after you turn off of 89 North. There's going to be one at 7899 Moonbeam. There's going to be one on Gloria at 11300 Gloria. One on Alice at 11375 Alice. One on Saddle at 4800 Saddle. One on North Copeland at 12010 North Copeland. And one in the cul-de-sac on Crestview Drive. We did get this information out to the newspaper this afternoon, so I'm sure it'll be in the newspaper tomorrow, and you'll probably just be able to see the dumpsters as well. We will have those staffed with volunteers, and just remember you can't put hazardous things like batteries and tires. There's certain materials you won't be able to put in there, but they'll be staffed there, volunteers, so be nice to the volunteers, and they'll be able to clarify if you have any questions of what can or cannot go in there. Lastly, I did speak to an insurance agent, and I was talking a little bit about the flood insurance, just because we're getting some reports that people are finding that flood insurance, some people, we had a report that someone was paying $1,400 for flood insurance. That is incorrect. Actually, your premium should be no higher than $355 per year, and that would be for the highest amount of coverage that you can get. And that is paid at the time that you purchase the policy. And if you cancel the policy, it's not prorated. You'd have to go back and get a new policy, and at that time, then the rates might be higher. But if you're buying flood insurance for the first time, just as a word of caution, it really should be no more than $355 a year for the highest amount of coverage, which is $250,000 per structure and $100,000 for the contents within the structure. If you have a home and then you have a detached structure like a mother-in-law's quarters or a barn or something, you do need to purchase the policy for both structures to have the coverage. So that's just a guideline. That's from something for you to look at. You can go to the FEMA website, and it has frequently asked questions. Somebody was saying it doesn't cover mud. On the FEMA website, it does cover mud. In fact, I visited a homeowner today who had flood insurance. He had mud, 3 feet of mud in his house, and his insurance had already sent people out to help him clean out, and the insurance adjuster had arrived yesterday. So you want to pay attention to that. I just want to close by saying that I think all of us here, county staff, have all of us been operating probably about 4 hours of sleep per night for the last 30 days since Father's Day. And we have seen the spirit of these county employees like no other. And I'm going to tell you, we are worn, but we are not worn down. And my parents used to tell me I was stubborn as a kid, and I can tell you I haven't changed as an adult. And I am just stubborn enough to continue on for as long as we need to continue on with 4 hours of sleep or 5 hours of sleep or no sleep. I have a lot of energy, and someone said, why are you doing this? You know, why are you taking it so personal? It's not personal. You know what? It's personal for me. I chose to be a public servant. I chose to be your representative because it's personal to me. And when I see people and yesterday I was particularly motivated by a young couple with a young child who lost their home. And I saw determination in their face, and it personally motivated me, not only to continue to help and do what I do, but to personally make a commitment to them to do all that I could do. And so I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve you and personally give you my commitment that I'm just stubborn enough and I won't be worn down. Thank you.
So a couple practical items. One, if you're excavating or digging, please be aware of blue staking. We were told this morning by one of the utilities, if Donny Park water line is severed, you could be without water for weeks. So it's really important when you're protecting your property and you're digging to call. The instructions are on the website, but you need to be blue staked or really we could have some very severe consequences. And when you leave here, if you go downstairs, as we've mentioned, there'll be people at the tables to give you information. I guess I just want to close by saying I was looking at Sheriff Pribble and thinking what everybody's been through this week. And my son's in law enforcement. And he always told me the most important thing when you're in danger is to be sure that you know who has your back. And thank you for having each other's back and our back. Thank you.